Hey guys, this month's warm up is on the board in both locations. I'm just going to run over it really quick for y'all. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I will talk you through it so you guys know what you're up to. It's a little bit long, so if you want to cut anything out of it, go for it. You're going to start standing. I'm going to be kneeling so you can see a little bit easier. Standing, you're just going to do 3 in either direction of the head circles. It says head cars, controlled articular rotations. Tucking to the right, all the way up, back, over, left, down. About that pace, maximum effort, maximum intention. 3 in either direction. I tend to do them with them so they go at the speed I want. They don't all end up in kind of different place. Somebody always goes fast and then it just kind of defeats the purpose. Then you're going to do standing thoracic spine, hands over the chest. Tell them to freeze their hips. So what I tell them to do is grab the floor with the feet really hard, trying to rip the floor with the feet really hard. That'll activate the outside of the hips, and then core up. And then imagine that you're kind of buried in sand up to above your navel. So hip movement is no longer an option. So it looks like that. Inside, side bend, up, side bend, twisting, flexing. That was 1. 3 in either direction. Again, do it with them if you want to. 1, because it feels good. 2, because you can dictate the pace a little better. Axial rotations with the shoulders. You can take the arms out, thumbs up. Take them as far back as they can go. And I'm just going to slowly, and again, I do this with them too, internally rotate the shoulders. I'm going to try to get the thumb to face backwards as much as possible without doing something like this, or without doing something like this, which is only wrists. And then once I get them to end range, I'll have them slowly unwind and go external rotation as hard as possible. Watch out for people slowly doing this. We're slowly sweeping them forward. Cool? So you can go front to back 3 times. No particular count, just go really, really slow and controlled. Cool? Lunge arm circles, that's gonna look like this. Static lunge, and then big circle, which you've done in the past, all the way up and over, and behind. Internal rotation, which means the arm will face backwards and outwards. And then raised from internal rotation, you're gonna come all the way up and over the top. Look out for people opening the chest. Cool? You'll do 3 of those on either side, and then you're going to come down to all 4s and do bent knee hip cars. So on all 4s, and again, you have to activate the position. Fingers nice and wide, fingers gripping the floor, toes pressing down. 3 on either side with as little spinal movement as possible. Forward. Try to break the leg off without bending the opposing shoulder. Push the foot up into the ceiling, like it's the glute exercise right here. Should kind of fire the backside. Bring it as far out to the right side as possible. Put it down, and then go again. 3 of those on either side. And then very simple, 5, just lumbar extension and flexion. Very, very simple. Just tuck weight underneath. And again, I try to do it without having them affect the shoulder area. Just maximizing just simple pelvic tucks, 5 of them just back and forth. Then you have straddle positioning. Legs nice and wide, arms out, point the toes, legs up, 10 in either direction. 1, 2, 9, 10, go the other way, 1, 2. So 10 in either direction without too much bouncing in the spine. If they don't get the legs very high at all, it doesn't matter. If they need to, they can lean further back in order to be able to do it if they are really weak or inflexible in the hip area. Straddle to 90-90. 2 options. The full option looks like this. Straddle, heels in, 90 degrees. 1, straddle, 90. 2, option 2 for the more inflexible. Hands behind, lean back. Maybe they can't even straddle fully. Good, just 10 of those side to side. Then hip circle to step back Cossack. This one, if you want to make it simpler and just do a Cossack or a circle to a Cossack, feel free. A step back means I'm going to go from here to here, and I end up facing sideways, and then I come back to the front. Cool. It's just a cool, different, interesting movement pattern. So here's the full version. Circle, Cossack. Good. I'm going to alternate then left side, Boom. And again, the difference between a Cossack and a side lunge, both feet stay flat, and I bend into the knee, and I eventually get to somewhere around 90 degrees here. A Cossack is a squat, which means I want to get butt to heel. So I'm going to flex this foot and then drop butt to heel. Good? For a lot of people, I tell them that depth is an eventuality. Depth is not part of the exercise. It's an eventuality. So if they get to here and that's what they have, that's what they have. Well, don't let them go too deep in it. So again, step back Cossacks. Boom. 1. Boom. 2. Boom. Of 10. 3 of 10. Cool? Then you're going to do calf raise to quadruped sit out. That'll look like this. Calf raise, quadruped, sit out, boom. Boom. 3 of 10. Cool? Then bird dog to push up. That's a pretty easy one. I mean, it's a non-complex one. It's a hard one. Opposite limbs, push up. Opposite limbs, push up. Alternating all 3 of these in this category. If you want to make it a little more interesting for people, if you have people that are really strong with push-ups, I try to raise the limbs as I'm coming in and out of the push-up. So instead of limbs, then push-up, then limbs, I'll do something like this. Limbs, and then I'll start going down, and then I'll start coming up, and I'll raise the limbs as I come in and out of it. Really advanced, but something fun for those that are kind of working on more one-arm stuff, which a lot of climbers like as well. Cool? That group you're going to do twice. Step back Cossacks, calf raise to quadruped to sit out, and then bird dog sit-ups, and then repeat. Cool? That group you do twice. The last group, depending on time, you can do 2 or 3 times, or you can save the last group as a finisher after class if you want. It's purely just core. You're going to do this 2 to 3 times, or again, save it at the end of class. 10 knee tap crunches. The arms are going to go up. I'm not going to do anything that looks like this. I'm just going to crunch enough to tap the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Cross-reaching sit-ups. 1, 2, 3. Armpit over knee, if possible. Good? It's like a boxing cross and jab. You'll do 10 of those, alternating. 10 alternating side V-ups. Again, a V-up is one of these. You go from a hollow to like a V shape. Cool? You all know what a V-up is? This is the side crunch, right? We're going to combine those into 10 alternating side V-ups. That looks like this. I'm on the side of my hip. I got extension in the arm and leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, modify, have them bend their knees, whatever they need to do. 10 alternating side V-ups. 5, what I call Prone XnOs. It's kind of a little thing of my own design for lower back and butt. I'm going to lie down, legs as wide as they can go, arms, so I'm in the shape of an X. I'm going to raise everything. That should include the thighs. So this and this is a really big butt difference. Cool? Then I'm going to try and keep everything up as I bring the limbs together. 1, 2, 3. So it doesn't look like this. The whole part of the problem is keeping everything up. And then I would repeat that a second or possibly third time. Knee tap crunches, alternating cross-reaching sit-ups, alternating side V-ups, and then 5 of those supine XnOs. Again, once you guys get into the routine of it and your people get into the routine of it, you'll be pretty quick at doing it. It took me about 16, 17 minutes to get my class through it yesterday for I always do a test run of the warm-up before I send it on to you guys. And that's it. Give me any questions that you got. Use it as much as you want to in your personal practice or in your classes. Try to use it in most of the circuit classes or some variation of it, because I really love having that consistency in classes and dependability in at least one class across the board in both locations, some level of expectation. And the mobility stuff is special. I really want people doing that stuff on a daily basis if possible. Cool. You guys have an awesome rest of your afternoon. Thank you all for listening to my ramble for a little bit. And I'm going to email this out to you guys today. Peace.